But what we're gonna do, we're gonna first start, we're gonna make the zoodles. So I have zucchini, and then we have our hand spiralizer. So this is really cool. I'm gonna walk around here. It's nice because it locks into place, and then you can unlock it so it comes apart easily for cleaning. So it's very simple to use, but very effective. And so what we need to do here is we're going to cut one end of the zucchini off. And then, oops, as I drop things here, this goes in here. And we will, oops, actually we're going to cut both ends off. I apologize. We're going to go like that. And then all you have to do, I probably should have cut my zucchini smaller. But as you can see, super easy. So we are just going to, oops. Probably should put my hands in there, safety first, you know. So we are just going to cut the zoodles up, and they cut them nice and thin. I will, see, we're learning as we go here because these zucchinis were huge. There we go. Like this. Can you see this? And it just comes right on out of there. So let me get this one done. And I suppose you could do this with maybe squash. My sister had said cucumbers, like if you wanted to make like homemade dan noodles. I'm sure I can make something to get my kids to eat it because they'd think it was cool. Yeah, this works pretty slick, not gonna lie. Here, I'll show you. So, here we go. And that's only, well, that's about 3/4 of the zucchinis. There we go. Awesome. So that's done. So we'll set this to the side. And then I'll put that up here. And then what we're going to do is we are going to make the homemade meatballs. So really all I did was I put a pound of ground beef in here. They do recommend for the stack cooker to try to use 85% or above. So I just went with a leaner hamburger. You can go 85-15, whatever, 90-10, whatever you want. So 1 pound of hamburger, and this is the 12-cup Fasta bowl, which is awesome because it has this little thumb hole. Can you see that right there? So like when I'm mixing it together, I can hold on to it. Ignore my dog. I have 1 pound of hamburger, and then all we're going to do is combine everything into here. So there's 1 egg that I have in this cute little mini Fasta bowl. That's a really, really pretty color. So I'm going to put my 1 egg in there. Okay. And then it calls for 1.5 teaspoons of curry powder. So I have my half and my 1, and I have my curry powder. And I suppose you could really, if you wanted to with these meatballs, you know, if someone didn't like curry, you could just spice them up, you know, more Italian, or you could really do whatever you want. Trapper, stop, sorry. We live by a park, and he thinks he needs to bark at everybody. Trapper, enough. Hey, stop. So we have the curry powder, and then it calls for a 1/2 cup of breadcrumbs. But we're gonna go a different route. So I actually have a 1/2 cup of almond flour because you can actually stub the almond flour there. So 1/2 cup of the almond flour, or if you want to do breadcrumbs, you can. And then garlic, and I really like garlic, so I'm gonna do more than it calls for. So I'm doing a full teaspoon, and you could use and mince up garlic cloves too if you wanted to do that. So there's that, and then my little salt and pepper shakers that were a dating gift for all hostesses last month and the month before. So we're just gonna salt and pepper that to taste. There we go. And I think that's everything that goes in there. So there's 5 options when you host a party and you hit 200 in sales, you get to pick a freebie item. And one of those is this awesome 12-cup Fasta bowl. There's also these the mini Fridge Smarts. These are great for fruit. And then there's 3 other options too. So they give you some things to choose from. So all we're gonna do, and actually before I do that, so this is that stack cooker. This thing is awesome. It's got the little colander that you can put in the middle. So like if you wanted to make a cake, you can slide that right in the middle with everything. Well, if I want to do it in the bigger one, I suppose. There we go. So if you can see that. And then you just put all your batter around there and you can make a cake in there, some sort of dessert. And then it has the 3 additional quart pieces. So for today, we are going to use the 1 3/4 cup. So it's got like the strainer in the bottom so that we lose all the juices from the meat. They all drain, that fat all drains to the bottom here. So we are going to put that right in there like that. And then we're going to put the noodles right in the bottom. We're going to add a little bit more pepper to those. And then, so we just mixed it all together. And then all we got to do is take this and roll it into balls, like little meatballs. Right? And then we just place it in with the zoodles. So we'll make these real quick. And I suppose I could have seen how many this makes. You could make more if you have a bigger family, if you wanted to. So with this stack cooker, you can make breakfast in it. You can make appetizers, lunches, full meals. And really, this is made to stack all together to make a full course meal. So you could put, broccoli on the top and it would steam as the rest of the food below it cooked. And then if you didn't have anything that needed to drain, then you could put potatoes or something in there. So you literally could have like a 3-course to your meal all in one, 20 to 30 minute session here. So pretty sweet, pretty slick. Some of my meatballs might be a little big. That's okay. All right. Okay, give me 1 second to wash my hands. And then all we have to do is put the cover on it. And it goes in the microwave for 8 to 10 minutes. All right, let's check out our food here. Ooh, that was hot. Okay. Ooh, it smells really good, you guys. Oh, it's done. It's perfect. Okay, so here's the deal with this. Give me 1 second because I'm going to show you. Okay, so now I bought 93.7 beef just because, but you can see it all drained beautifully to the bottom. So now I can just dispose of this. It's not in my food. And then I can wash my container and be good to go. And then for this part, so the noodles are cooked very nicely. So I just kind of put those in the middle and put the meatballs around so it didn't like saturate the noodles or anything. So we'll put those on there. Some meatballs, and I'm going to cut into one so I'm going to cut into the biggest one. There, we'll just go like that for now. Okay? And we're going to, so that was 8 minutes exactly in the microwave. And I think the rule of thumb, if I was listening to Rich correctly, is about 8 minutes for every pound of meat. I made taco meat in here the other night. I did 2 pounds of taco meat, and it took about 12 minutes, but maybe not even that long. But it worked perfectly. So if you could see it a little bit closer, it's cooked perfectly. There's no pink. It smells amazing. And the noodles are all cooked, so I'm happy. So that is the stack cooker.